This is the Bayangtoys X16 GPS quadcopter. It's a brushless quadcopter capable of lifting a GoPro-like camera for just a little above $100. So that makes it a very attractive option for someone considering a cheap drone that has the capability to fly with one of these. The battery on this one is a 3-cell 2,300 milliamp hour battery with the Super Tiger connector. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in now. I don't have it plugged in because it makes an annoying beep to let you know that that battery is plugged in but the quad is not turned on, because you're not supposed to leave the battery in overnight on this quadcopter. So let's turn the quad on. Let's have a look at this controller, because this controller is not labeled at all. So I've gone ahead and labeled everything myself, little by little. So to do the gyro calibrations on this quad, you're gonna go like this and this while it's on a level surface. It's not level right here, so I'm not going to do that. I did that over there on the pad, so we're just gonna skip that. But we are gonna do the compass calibration, which is very, very important. So let's bind to this quadcopter. Sometimes, for God knows what reason, you will do the bind sequence. If it's not perfect, it doesn't want to arm at all. So if this does happen to you, power everything off, power it on again, do the bind, and see, it works just fine like that. Alright, so now we have a bind so we can do the compass calibration. And you want to do left stick down and to the left, right stick up and to the right. Now it goes into a blinking mode. You see the little blinking lights? And what you want to do is you want to turn it clockwise 3 times. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then to the right. 1, 2, 3. We are ready to take off. Yep, so we armed it. We seem to be good. Let's disarm it now. I'm going to go ahead and get our Firefly 8S camera with the 90-degree angle up in 1080p. And we're ready for launch. You want to give it some height, just a little bit, and you want to see if there's any toilet bowling. If it continuously toilet bowls, then you know you have a problem. If it's just kind of bobbing up and down like that, then your compass calibration is probably all right. Like I said, mine is not toilet bowling like crazy. It's just kind of bobbing up and down. All right, so I'm going to take it down and out. I think the Firefly 8S is an excellent camera to use on this model, especially because it does come with the gyro sensor where it will stabilize your video. And we're just doing some soft panning now in the air. I'm going to go all the way up. Now, Bayangtoys X16 has a height limit of 400 feet. It's hard-coded in it, and you can't change it. So just keep that in mind, 400 feet above ground level. You can't go any higher than that. I'm actually taking it quite high right now. We have a wonderful view of area here. I can see we've got some circling in the air, maybe a little bit of wind. There's no real indicator about when you hit that limit. The controller is not going to tell you. It's just going to stop. I am going to bring it back down now, slowly and carefully. You really want to be careful when you do this. You want to try to come in with a little bit of angle to it. Gonna wave goodbye to the St. James transport truck. All right. So yeah, that's the X16. We're gonna take it out a little bit. Alright, I want to take this time to go over some of the functions now. So this is the GPS button, as I stated earlier. We're getting a bunch of wind, so it's sort of messing with it here. Hit the GPS button. As you can see, it starts to drift, but don't panic. Hit the GPS button again. We're just fine. It does have headless mode. It works all right. It's got high and low gear for the high rates and the low rates. If you're a beginner, I would keep it in the low rates. And even if you're experienced, I would keep it in the low rates as well, because this quad feels like a pendulum, and that's the best way I can explain it. When you push it forward, you've got like a huge heavy weight that you've got to control. It's not like an instant stop. So be very careful when you're flying it, and understand that you don't have like this instant braking that you might expect from another kind of quad. You absolutely could put a gimbal on this. I've got the MJX mount on there for the Bugs 3. I'm going to put a link to that in the description so you can go ahead and grab it. This is an extremely cheap quad. Even though the compass and the GPS are obviously not perfect, we've got some swaying here and there, as you can see. It is the nature of the beast. I've tried multiple different ways of calibrating it to try to get it to be more perfect, but that is the best I've been able to do. There's a wonderful thread on RC groups with a bunch of guys. One of them is Mike L. Berry. Another one is John Luciano. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. They're constantly in there. I'm going to go ahead and call them the Bayangtoys X16 OGs because they're all over this thing. And if you got any questions, I would hit up the RC Groups thread. There's tons of information about how to mod this, what the best way to calibrate it is. So there's a wealth of information and a good little community surrounding this quadcopter, which is nice. Alright, so I want to go ahead and test the return to home. So if we want to return to home, we're going to press this button here. And don't panic, it will raise to its altitude. And it will go into landing. Now, if you ever want to get out of the return to home, you can just press the button. And you have control back. So, you know, if you're returning to home and you don't like where it's going, you don't have to accept it. Like I said, just press the button. Whoa, we're getting a little bit of circling there, but we're okay. And so far, we're really not coming down on our pad. It's actually quite a bit off because the pad's here. That is not where it's supposed to be. I don't want it to land, so I unhooked it. And even though there's no battery telemetry on this, it will in fact come home by itself once it determines its battery is too low. Again, I can't stress enough that it feels very pendulum-like in its control, and you really have to be careful about that and understand to compensate for that, because you don't want to crash it because you can't stop at the expected time you think you can, if that makes any sense. And since nothing is labeled, like I said, you're going to want to take a marker to it and put it all over it just so you can see what everything does. The only thing we haven't tested so far is the one-key takeoff and landing. So I'd like to do that now. Let's just try, let me just try landing it myself. It can be very tricky to land this thing, actually. Got you a lot of prop wash to deal with. Okay. Alright, so I'm over here now, and I'm going to try the one-key takeoffs. After we're armed, I'm going to hold down this button, and it's going to take off on its own. So let's get it some altitude. Now remember, this isn't the go home button, it's just a landing button. So you gotta hold it down, wait for that beep, and now it's coming in. Don't panic, it's not gonna come down like a rocket ship, it'll be fine. And it's gonna give you a nice, soft little landing, right where it should be. Oh, and there's some grass. Let's launch from our pad again. Take off from our pad again. As you can see, we've got a very long flight time out of this thing. A really long flight time. Oh, and that is the low battery stuff. It's blinking to tell me that it's time to come back home. And it's doing it. It's decided it's done and it's time to come home. Let's see if we can cancel out of that too. Oh, you can cancel out of that when that happens, but there's probably going to be a point where you cannot. So if you see the lights blinking, it's time to go. It's time to land it. So overall, what do I think about the Bayangtoys X16? You're going to notice that my X16 has some electrical tape around the end here. And why is that? Well, this thing took a tumble right out of the sky during my preliminary testing phase. I'm going to show that for you here. Oh my God! Oh my God! Yeah, so after that, you would say, oh my God, well, how could I trust it again? Well, I found out the root cause of it, and it's very simple. The propellers that it comes with, I've got one of them right in my pocket. As you can see, they use this kind of like nut style screw-on type prop. One of the nuts came loose, but I had made sure to put this nut on real tight so that wouldn't happen to me. Unfortunately, it did. It's actually a miracle that the thing is still here in front of me. The only thing that happened to it was this ended up being a little cracked, but that's easily fixable with epoxy. And it certainly speaks to the durability of the whole thing. The unit is still good as long as you do what I did and get yourself some DJI Phantom props. Yep, these are DJI Phantom props, and they are 10,000 times better than this crappy prop that comes with the X16, and it's really not that much money. Get yourself some nice DJI Phantom props and have better video because they're better balanced, and you won't have the worry of the prop just flying off of you in the air. I was ready to discount this model entirely. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I just don't even know what the hell to say. But the truth is, it's a decent model for the price, for what you're getting. The only problem with it is, as I said, the props. So that is it. That is my review of the Bayangtoys X16 GPS. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I hope I gave you an honest look at the X16. As always, let me know if you have any questions, and have a great day, guys.